Namaskar. We are having a glimpse of Shri Dasbodh. Dashak Satwa Samas Chautha means fourth chapter from the seventh Dashak. Vimal Brahma Nirupan. Vimala means whatever we can speak, conceive, idealize, we can see, whatever we can hear, and all those things that comes under the Mal. That is what Sant Ramdas is saying. And Vimal means it is beyond all these things which we can conceive, idealize, think, and all those things. Whatever we can see, whatever we can listen. It is beyond that, and that is Paramatma. And Nirupan means that is the discourse I'm going to tell you. And please listen it carefully so that you also experience the Brahma Tattva at all the times by becoming one with that Brahma Tattva. Shri Ram ब्रह्म नभावून निर्मळ पाहता तैसेची पोकळ अरूप आणि विशाळ मर्यादा वेगळे ब्रह्म इज हाऊ इट इज बियॉन्ड द व्हॅक्यूम बियॉन्ड द स्काय it is beyond what we see and what we cannot see. It is beyond the infinite galaxies and infinite universes. You cannot limit it. It is beyond whatever we can conceive. It is more microscopic than even Planck's length, 10 raised to minus 35 meter. It is 10 raised to infinite, minus infinite, and it is 10 raised to infinite. It is bigger than the biggest and smaller than the smallest. It is existing everywhere. Okay? 21 स्वर्गे सप्त पाताळ मिळून एक ब्रह्मगोळ ऐसी अनंत ते निर्मळ व्यापून असे. So there is a concept that there are 21 heavens are there and there are 7 Netherlands are there. Everything, all this makes one universe. I say Ananta te Nirmala Vyapuna say. Like that, there are infinite such universes are there. So that is a concept. You may check it from the Shastras somewhere else. Bhurlok, Patal and all those things are there. And Swargalok also same. अनंत ब्रह्मांडा खालते अनंत ब्रह्मांडा वरुते तेणेविन स्थळ रीते अणुमात्र नाही. Infinite universes above them and below them. There is nothing where this Brahma Tattva, Paramatma is not there. Not even a single atom is there which is not containing the Brahma Tattva. Not a single quark, not even single Planck length or beyond that. Microscopically and telescopically, as I say, microscopically smallest than the smallest, telescopically bigger than the biggest. There is no place where Paramatma Tattva is not there. In fact, it is oozing out, overflowing out of all these existing and non-existing things which we can conceive, idealize, we can see, we cannot see, we can listen, we cannot listen. It is beyond that. It is filled everywhere. Here it is there. If you push it, it doesn't get pushed. If you break it, it cannot be broken. Like that, it is everywhere. Ananta te Nirmala. It is infinite. Nirmala means there is nothing you can specify, nothing that you can say that there is a kind of, some anomalies there. No, it is beyond that. It is Vyapunase. It is filled it in this world and it is oozing out, overflowing out of that. अनंत ब्रह्मांड खालते अनंत ब्रह्मांड वरते तेणीविन स्थळ रीते अणुमात्र नाही. There is not a single place even in atom where it is not there. जळी स्थळी काष्टी पाषाणी ऐसे वदे लोकवाणी तेणीविण रीता प्राणी एकही नाही. जळी means in water, स्थळी means on land, kashti means in trees, pashana means the stones. Everywhere God is there. Lokavani means it is what the folk tales are telling. Tene vina rita prani ekane. There is nothing in which this Parabrahma Tattva is not there. Nothing in this world. Not a single species, not a single living thing, non-living thing, material, non-material thing. There is nothing where the Parabrahma Tattva is not there. Everywhere it is there. It is omniscient, omnipotent, and all those things. Conscious is everywhere. It is beyond conscious. It is beyond hyper conscious. It is beyond super conscious. And you just conceive the idea that it is beyond that. जळ जळांस जैसे जळ बाह्याभ्यंतरी निखळ तैसे ब्रह्म ते केवळ जीवमात्रांसी. Now the fish is there in the sea, above and beyond, from all the direction water is there. Like that, inside that also water is there. Like that, inside and outside, in all our cells, the God, the immortal God, the Parabrahma Tattva is there. In all the 37 trillion cells of us, the Paramatma Tattva is there. So, one of the best example that I gave you is that we are rasgulla dipped into the that sugar soup. Beautiful. We are like that at all the times. Bahyabhyantari, bahya and abhyantari means outside and inside, nikha, without any gap, without any ditch, without any darkness, it is there. Science cannot conceive the dark matter at present. We'll have to generate new theories and new things. One of the new theory that I gave in 1983 is, if you are saying atom is there, but as the universe, infinite universes are there, similarly microscopically also we have to think that it is infinitely. You compare atom with the universe. I couldn't patent it. The patent office will get lost. Like that. There are many ideas. I was thrown out. Once you see, I went to a patent office and I said that in our body, suppose 37 trillion cells are there. We know the characteristics of each cell, attributes as well. And nowadays we can see the colors and everything. We know all the characteristics of the each cell. So we should just scan our body, and whatever is anomalies there, we should pinpoint the laser and get rid of that anomaly. Then we can remain forever disease free till our body is there. Maybe body is going to die, but that anomaly. So we'll get rid of the pandemic and all the anomalous behavior of any virus or bacteria, whatever is there. It cannot be patented, he said. Either you have to fit into this or fit into that. You have to fit into this, fit into this. Okay? And then I think, that idea leaked out and all those things happened. Then they started some kind of other projects. I should not utter those things. Even, I conceived the idea that as there are 21 gurus to Dattatreya, like that there can be a forever living computer, forever learning computer can be there. This idea cannot be this thing and that thing. I was thrown out of the patent office. Okay, leave it. Ultimately, what we talk, we talk about the body only. Try to understand. We are beyond body. All the sadhus, saints, and enlightened soul, they do not do patents or anything for themselves. They do it for the society. Just take example of this patent, for example. If we have that kind of technology where we analyze each and every cell, get rid of the anomalous behaviorings, any species or whatever the element is there, we will get the disease-free body. So this technology will be useful when we go to Moon, Mars and beyond, or even on the Earth. But no. When we are trying for the empowerment and betterment of this society, there are some elements which are against that, because some kind of profit they are thinking, because their profit lies with their associated with their body, organization, nation and all those things. So try understand. that inside and outside, if we can see the Parabrahma Tattva, we will always follow the ethical path, humanitarian path. We will live with all the humanitarian values. तैसे ब्रह्म है केवळ जीव मात्र. So like that, all the जीव मात्र means all the species, this Parabrahma Tattva is there, but at the same time, without harming your species, we are not going to harm any other species as well. Unless the species enters into our body, we are, maybe laser beams are not there, we can remove it. No, we should find out that kind of a technology. In place of killing, get rid of that. They other species will live, our species will also live. So like that, new ideas can be generated. But no, if you stop that frost thought process at some place, it will not grow. Try and understand. That is why, talent management is required. In fact, it is not management, talent leadership. Everybody should be a leader who can lead becoming the Parabrahma Tattva. And already we saw that the person who is beggar, according to our definition, and the king, everybody get the same Brahma Tattva. At the end of the day, each body is going to die, whether you are king or whatever you are. So that Brahma Tattva, all the Jiva Matra means even trees, every other animals, everybody is made up of Brahma Tattva only. So equality, equanimity, respect to each Jiva Matra species is there. जगा वेगळा ठाव आहे, ब्रह्मा बाहेरी जाता नये, म्हणून उपमानस आहे जळाची तया. Now, the fish is there, which is living in the ocean, and inside and outside the water is there. But when you are living with the Brahma Tattva, so that Brahma Tattva is beyond the oceans. Ocean is with respect to water, with respect to the earth, with respect to some kind of a planet or something is there. But this Brahma Tattva is beyond all these things. It is present everywhere. So every kind of example has a limitation. Nothing can be compared with the Brahma Tattva. Not even with Jala Tattva. Means water also you cannot compare. आकाशा बाहेरी पळो जाता, पुढे आकाशाची तत्वता, तैसे ते अनंता अंतची नाही. Now you try to get rid of Akash, means sky. You run there, run inside, run outside, but the sky is there. Like that, wherever you may go, the Brahma Tattva is there. It has no end. There is no start and no end to Brahma Tattva. It is infinite. Infinitesimally small and infinitesimally big. Infinitely big. Why should not I cannot use the infinitesimally big? Because at the end of the day, whatever big you see, it is going to be small in front of that. Oh, only 1 billion galaxies. Okay. Only 1 billion universes. After that, there is no end. Ananta, antachi nahi. Infinite, there is no end to it. परी जे अखंड भेटले, सर्वांगास लिगटले, अति निकट परी चोरले सकाळांसी जे. So it is all the times with us. It is meeting with us. It is meeting with each and every cell of our body. Sarvangasi ligatale means Sarvanga means to our body. He is saying it is attached to each and every part of the body. It is made of each and every cell in our body. Ati nikata pari chorle sakalansi. It is there, but still we cannot understand. We cannot conceive it. How is it possible? Why it is like that? तयामध्येची असे जे परी तयास नेणीजे उमजे भासे नुमजे पराब्रह्मते. It is inside us, but we don't realize it. Then we realize it, but whatever we realize it, it is not sufficient. It is beyond that. That is Parabrahma Tattva. You see, we don't know it. Then we realize it, but whatever we realize it, it is beyond our conception, our thoughts, and our understanding. See what a beautiful cycle. आकाशामध्ये आभा तेणे आकाश वाटे ढवळ परी ते मिथ्या निवळ आकाशाची असे. सो इन द स्काय द क्लाउड्स आर देअर, बट क्लाउड्स आर टेम्पररी, and it looks like the stagnation is there, Do you know this black spot is there or white spot is there? But that is temporary. Then when it goes away, white or black spot, again the sky is clean. So now how to, which example should I give? He is trying to give the example. नेहार देता आकाशी चक्र दिसते डोळ्यासी तैसे दृश्य ज्ञानासी मिथ्यारूप वाटे. Now this cycle of biogeochemical cycle and all those things, carbon cycle, oxygen cycle, and new nitrogen cycle, then rain cycle, water cycle, so many cycles are there. Even the species cycle is also there. 8.4 million births, you go down down down, because unless you realize you are continuing that cycle. So that's why those realized soul, wise soul, they feel, oh, this is falsehood only. I shall live with the truth, ultimate reality, so that I become a realized soul and understand this. But now again, मिथ्याची परी आभासे निद्रिस्तास स्वप्न जैसे जागा झाली आहे पैसे बुजू लागे. Now you get alerted, awakened. This is not awakened state. This is just we got out of sleep. But this is also a dream inside our dream. Now one dream is gone when we wake up, but now we get alerted and awakened when we become a realized soul, even at this state, awakened state of the awakened state. Zaga zali apse bujo lage, then you understand. Oh, but when you understand again, then it is still you understood something. So whatever you understood, it cannot, you cannot conceive the Paramatma Tattva. So it is beyond that. Again, beyond that we are going. That is why neti is there. It cannot be conceived. It cannot be understood. It is beyond that. Beyond that. तसे आपुले ना अनुभव आहे, ज्ञाने जागृतीस यावे, मग माईक स्वभाव कळवा लागे की वी अंडरस्टँड इट, वी गेट द एक्सपिरियन्स, देन वी गेट एनलायटन, वी गेट नॉलेज ऑफ एव्हरीथिंग. बट देन यू अंडरस्टँड दॅट वॉट एव्हर यू अंडरस्टूड विथ अवर अंडरस्टँडिंग, इट इज बियॉन्ड दॅट एज वेल. आता असो हे कुवाडे जे ब्रह्मांडा पलीकडे तेची आता निवाडे उमजून दाव. नाऊ just leave it aside. Whatever is beyond the Brahmanda, means beyond the universe and everything, we are trying to understand it. And again, he is saying like that, like Dhaneshwar Maharaj said, that I promise you, with the help of Niruttinath, my Sadguru, I am going to make you understand with your brain whatever I am telling about the Paramatma Tattva. You are going to see the Paramatma Tattva with your eyes, going to listen and hear with your ears, you are going to speak and taste with your tongue, you are going to conceive everything in your mind and your brain as well, you are going to understand with heart as well, with soul as well. You'll understand if you listen to me carefully with full concentration. Dhaneshwar Maharaj said like that. He is saying, ब्रह्म ब्रह्मांडी कालवले, पदार्थासे व्यापून ठेले, सरांमध्ये विस्तारले अंश मात्रे. Now this Brahma Tattva is there, it has been mixed with the Brahma Tattva. All the things have been mixed with the Brahma Tattva, but we are understanding just small bit of it, and it is beyond that. Whatever you conceive, it is beyond that. Brahma Tattva is beyond that. ब्रह्मामध्ये सृष्टी भासे, सृष्टीमध्ये ब्रह्म असे, अनुभव घेता आभासे अंश मात्रे. Now this world is there. Inside this Brahma, this world we can see. Inside that, whatever you see, the Brahma Tattva is there. Now you feel that, oh, I understood this, that on the Brahma Tattva, like a screen is there where the movie is going on. I am watching that movie. Brahma Tattva is reality. In that movie, it is the just happening. But the characters which are made up of something, they are also made up of Brahma Tattva. But we are understanding it by becoming alipta, detached more. And we are trying to understand it, but whatever we understand, it is अंश मात्र. It is a very small part of it. अंश मात्रे सृष्टी भीतरी, बाहेरी मर्यादा कोण करी, सगळे ब्रह्म ब्रह्मांडोदरी माईल जैसे. So we understand with small bit. सृष्टी भीतरी means from inside we try to understand, with outside we try to understand, with limitation we understand, with unlimited things and resources and all these things we try to understand. But still we don't be able to understand everything whatever is there inside the Parabrahma Tattva. That is what he is saying. that inside, the ultimate inside, whatever is there, we won't be able to understand in our millions and billions and infinite lives, because it is beyond the infinite as well. It is beyond zero, beyond emptiness. अमृतीमध्ये आकाश, सगळे साठवता प्रयास म्हणून त्याचा अंश बोलीच येतो. So one container is there. In that we see, oh, sky is there. Nothing is there, but sky is there. सगळे साठवता प्रयास म्हणून त्याचा अंश बोली जातो. It is so. For example, that small part of the container is there, in which if we fill it with milk or maybe water, okay, or fruit juice, for example, whatever we try to explain, it becomes that much small part of its explanation. Whatever we are trying, it is getting converted into the water. So that much you are going to explain. But it is beyond that, it is infinite. Whatever we say, it will be limited resources that we are trying to say. I am using some words. Sant Ramdas is saying, whatever I am going to tell, if it gets converted into water, whatever I say, it will get filled with, suppose, one container only. But Paramatma is beyond all these containers. Okay? So it is infinite. ब्रह्म तैसे कालवले, परी ते नाही हलवले, सर्वांमध्ये परी संचलेपणे. Like that, Brahma Tattva is mixed into everything. It cannot be shaken, it cannot be removed. It is sanchalim, it is there everywhere, and it remains there forever. If Paramatma is there, I try to push it, but still Paramatma is still there, it cannot be pushed. Your hand goes from here to here, but Paramatma remains there only. Okay, this example is going to be useful every day in our lives. पंचभूती असे मिश्रित, परंतु ते पंचभूतातीत पंकी आकाश अलिप्त असोनी जैसे. Now in all the Panchamahabhut, Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, Akash, it is mixed, it is made of Panchabhuta, are made up of this Brahma Tattva. But it is beyond all this Panchatattva. परी आकाश अलिप्त असोनी जैसे, पंकी आकाश अलिप्त असोनी जैसे. Like, the mud is there inside that, the lotus is there. So that is all panke ruha, pankaja, janma means janma means to born. So that is mud is there, but the sky remains detached from it. Okay? ब्रह्मास दृष्टांत न घडे, बुझावया देणे घडे, परी दृष्टांती साहित्य पडे, विचारिता आकाश. So whatever drishtanta, examples and anecdotes and whatever you may be told to understand, but that comes into prose, PRS, ZE, prose means, and poems or prose or whatever it may be. It becomes a sahitya, it becomes a literature, but it is beyond the literature. Whatever you write down, it is beyond that Paramatma Tattva. खम ब्रह्मा ऐसी श्रुती, गगन सदृशम हे स्मृती, म्हणून ब्रह्मास दृष्टांती आकाश घडे. Some people are saying in Shruti means whatever you listen, Smriti means whatever you keep in your brain, years after years, generation after generation, this knowledge has been passed in so many places in India and so many places. So Shruti, whatever you listen, they said that Kham Brahma means the Brahma Tattva looks like Kham in Akash. It is like a zero state. Some people say Gagana Sadhush, it is like a sky only. It is there. It is infinite. It is beyond zero, beyond infinity. Smriti says, means whatever we keep in our brains. What is the Brahmasa Dushthanshi Akash? That is why something which can be conceived as Brahma is the nearest thing is sky. But now listen. काळीमा नसता पितळ, मग ते सोनेची केळ, शून्यत्व नसता निवळ आकाश ब्रह्म. Now the pure gold, it doesn't get any kind of spot is there. Black spot cannot be there, or white spot cannot be there. But on the bronze, it could be there. It looks like a gold only. Okay, but so both, it cannot be compared. The gold cannot be compared with the bronze. Similarly, the sky also has a vacuum, but Brahma Tattva is beyond vacuum, beyond zero, and beyond infinity. So this example is also limited. He's trying to tell how Brahma Tattva is there, but he is, He is failing to make us understand. He is accepting it at every time. I am trying, you are trying, everybody is trying to understand, but it is beyond that. That is what Sant Ramdas is saying. म्हणून ब्रह्म जैसे गगन आणि माया जैसा पवन आढळी परी दर्शन नव्हे त्याचे. So like that, Brahma and sky can be compared, but sky is like a Maya. You know, just a minute. Sky is like a Maya in front of Brahma Tattva. Maya is like a pawan, means air. Like air comes and goes, Maya comes and goes, but Parabrahma Tattva remains like it is. आढळे परिदर्शन नव्हे त्याचे. So whatever you see, whatever you try to conceive, it is beyond that, he is trying to say. It is beyond Maya, it is beyond Pavan means Vayu means air, it is beyond Gagan means sky, it is beyond everything that you can conceive and see and understand. शब्द सृष्टीची रचना होत जात क्षणाक्षणा, परंतु ते स्थिरावाना वायूचे जैसे. Now we are trying to construct some words. You know, these words have been constructed by Sant Ramdas, suppose 350-400 years ago. After 400 years, whatever we are discussing, language will be different, and whatever I am telling, that another person is going to tell and explain in other language, because language changes years after years. You know, that's why it is known as Maya and always changing. That is why it is called क्षणमात्र. शब्द सृष्टीची रचना होत जात क्षणाक्षण. यू आर क्रिएटिंग द वर्ड्स एव्हरी मोमेंट. क्षणाक्षण मीन्स मोमेंट टू मोमेंट. परंतु ते स्थिरावायना वायूची असेल, बट इट डझंट रिमेन लाईक दॅट. Like the air changes its path and go anywhere, like that it changes. There is no certainty. A lot of risk factor is there. For example, it changes, but still we try to understand ourselves, understand the Parabrahma Tattva, and try to become one with that. असो ऐसी माया माईक शाश्वत ते ब्रह्म एक पाहो जाता अनेक व्यापून आहे. Like that, this Maya is there, but Parabrahma Tattva is Shashwat, it is eternal. Air and Maya and all these things changes. Many times they are going to get vanish into unseen, and maybe they are going to die. During, the Kalpanta is there. पाहो जाता अनेक व्यापून आहे. There are infinite galaxies and universes are there, but Parabrahma Tattva is filled in that, it has been oozing out of that, it is overflowing above that. पृथ्वी से भेदून आहे परी ते ब्रह्म कठीण नव्हे, दुजी उपमान आहे ते या मृदत्वासी. That Brahma Tattva goes beyond the earth. It comes from here and goes beyond earth, for example. But Parabrahma Tattva is not as strong as Vajra, or it is not like an atom bomb, it breaks something. No, it passes through. दुजी उपमानस आहे त्या मृत्वासे. So if you say Prithvi Tattva is Jad, it is very hard, then but it passes through the Mother Earth, then how? You cannot call it as the hard. Okay, now पृथ्वीहून मृद जळ, जळाहून ते आंधळ, आंधळाहून कोमळ वायू जाणावा. Now पृथ्वी, आप, तेज, वायू, आकाश. So from in front of Akash, Vayu is Jada Tattva, means it has mass. In front of Vayu, this plasma state is heavier than this Vayu Tattva. Then Jala Tattva means water is heavier than this plasma state. And the earth has more mass than the water. Solid state has more. Solid, liquid, plasma state, gaseous and sky state. So one by one, it is more Jada, means has more mass, for example. So you go Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, Akash. It has least mass, but Brahma Tattva has less mass than even Akash Tattva, means sky state. Beautiful. वायू न ते गगन अत्यंतची मृद जाण, गगनावन मृद पूर्ण ब्रह्म जाणावे. I told you just now. वज्रास असे भेदिले परी मृदत्व नाही गेले, उपमे रहित संचले कठीण ना मृद. Vajra is supposed to be the strongest material in the world. Indra's Vajra is there, the king of the gods. He throws the Vajra and everything breaks out. So, Brahma Tattva is there, it goes beyond this is Vajra. It goes beyond the Vajra. So does it mean it is hardest than the hardest material? No. Vajra स्पेदिले परी मृदत्व नाही गेले, but it is not as strong as Vajra, but it goes beyond the Vajra. उपमेय रहते संचले कठिण ना मृद. So it goes beyond that. Does it mean it is harder than the hardest? No. It is neither harder than the hardest. It is neither mrudu, means taral, means fluidest than the fluidest material. Beautiful. I think among three languages that I am doing, Marathi, Hindi, and English, I could explain this in English better than any other language. It is more fluid than the fluidest material. It is hardest than the hardest material, but it is beyond that as well. It is not even hardest than the hardest. It is not more fluid than the fluid. That is ब्रह्मतत्व. पृथ्वीमध्ये व्यापून असे, पृथ्वी नासे ते न नासे, जळ शोषे ते न शोषे, जळी असो न. Now asoni, Mother Earth is there. In that Brahmatattva is there. But Mother Earth is going to get die at the time of Kalpanta, for example. Jal shoshe tena soshe. Even the oceans are going to dried up. But in oceans also, in water also, Brahmatattva is there. But as Mother Earth is going to die at the time of Kalpanta, like that, water of the oceans is also going to get evaporated someday, sometime. Though it is in Mother Earth, though it is in water, but we cannot give example of Mother Earth or even water to Parabrahmatattva. It is beyond that, because it cannot be evaporated, it cannot be solidified as well. Cannot be solidified. But it is there in Mother Earth and even in water. तेजी असे परी जळेना, पवनी असे परी चळेना, गगनी असे परी कळेना परब्रह्मते. So it has energy, but it doesn't burn itself like the sun is doing. Sun is burning, in fact, and after some 5-10 billion years later, it is going to get to be, maybe the red giant and all those things going to happen. Everybody knows that. Pavni ase pari chalena. It is like it is inside the air, but it doesn't move anywhere. It is here. It doesn't move. On this Paramatma, a lot of galaxies have come and gone. A lot of people like me, you, and everybody came and gone. A lot of species as well. Gagni ase pari kalena parabrahmate. In the sky it is there, and inside the sky it is there. Sky is also made up of that, but it is beyond that. That is Parabrahma Tattva. शरीर अवघे व्यापले, परिते नाही आढळले, जवळी व दुरावले नवल कैसे. Our body is also made up of Brahma Tattva. But we cannot see that, though it is nearest to us, still it is beyond our thoughts, beyond our understanding. How miracle it is. It is a miraculous, How can't we understand that is inside us, we are made up of us, and still we are not understanding? So that is what Naval Kai say. So he's trying to, he was amazed. How is it possible? But it is already been there. It is happening. Okay. सन्मुखाची चहूकडे तयामध्ये पाहणे घडे, बाह्याभ्यंतरी रोकडे सिद्धची आहे. सन्मुख, in front of us it is there. चहूकडे, north, south, east, west, it is there. In fact, urdhva, dharat, agni, vayu, nairuti, ishan, all the 10 dimensions, beyond 10 dimensions, infinite dimension, it is existing. We can see it. Bahyabhyantara, it is inside and outside, it is there. It is there means it is rokada, means it is, I am giving you in writing that it exists. Siddhaji ase, it is there, but we are not understanding. So, how to understand it? Once you become one with that, you become a siddha, you become a yogi, bhakta. At that time, you will understand it and you will feel that, oh, I can see the God everywhere. But you'll have to make your attitude, your vritti inside like that. Oh, I can see God everywhere because That kind of vritti you have inside. You have to transform yourself at that front. That is what he is saying. At that front only you become Siddha, Atmadhyani and all those things. तर यामध्ये जे आपण सभायते जाणा दृश्या वेगळी खूण गगनासारखी. वी आर इनसाइड दॅट अँड इनसाइड ऑल्सो इट इज देअर. We can see and we cannot see. Those all things are Paramatma Tattva. And it is like a sky. It is there everywhere. And try to understand. Once you understand, try to live with it. It will be better. Your work will become worship. Your each moment will be calculated. Each movement will be calculated. Each movement, each action, each moment, everything will be calculated by God and it will happen like that, whatever He wishes. That is the tuning of yourself with the God. काही नाहीसे वाटले तेथेंची ते कोंदाटले जैसे रे दिसे आपले आपणासी धन. We feel nothing is there, but it is there. All the saints and sadhus are, they are saying it. They are dried up their tongue by saying that. How cannot I see? Then you feel that. Then you feel, oh, I lost my real treasure inside. So we'll start searching for that treasure. Once we get that, we become infinitely rich. Super, what a language. जो पदार्थ दृष्टी पडे ते त्या पदार्थ ऐलीकडे अनुभव हे कुवाडे उकलावे. So we try to understand with lot of research, depth and depth and depth. Like Bhagwan Shankar has said, no, that I try to understand the Gita, the meaning of Gita. Every day I come to know new meaning. Suppose tomorrow, if we try to see this, new meaning will come out of that. And it will be more purer, in fact, purer and better than this. जो पदार्थ दृष्टी पडे ते त्या पदार्था ऐलीकडे, whatever we can see, it comes this side only, not beyond that. And you understand, oh, so this is the meaning, but it is beyond the meaning. So whatever you understood that is the limitation of us only, not his. It is beyond the limit and it is limitless. Super. You try to go inside, infinitely small. We are going inside. And infinitely big, we are trying to understand. Beyond, like that. मागे पुढे आकाश. Behind us is sky. In front of us is sky. पदार्थ विण जो पैस पृथ्वीण भकास एक रूप. So it is, you see, everything is, perishable. We like to understand it, but it is perishable. Whatever you are consuming, it is also perishable. You can't come to know, and unless you become ek rupa, means you become one with the God, you become yogi, bhaktan, paramatma, you cannot be separated from it. Then only you will understand this. And we have to become like that. We are trying hard to become like that only. And that is our path he is trying to tell us. जे रूप आणि नाम तो नाथिलाची भ्रम, नाम रूपातीत वर्म अनुभवी जाणे. Whatever you see, whatever the form is there, whatever the name is given to that entity is there, it is just a mirage only. Paramatma Tattva is Nam Rupatita. It is beyond beyond whatever name you give, whatever your degrees and money and whatever you can conceive, try to give it to him and try to know it. It is beyond that. Whatever you can conceive, whatever the accreditation, whatever the degree recognition you try to give it, it is beyond our recognition. I use the word degree because degree is also kind of a recognition only. So Nama Rupatita Varma, it is beyond name, fame, your money, your power, your everything. It is beyond that. That is the crux of that. Only those people know it who have become a realized soul. Let us try to become a realized soul, enlightened soul, and try to understand this, that it is beyond all these things. We are just normal human being. That's all. नभी धुमराचे डोंगर उचलती थोर थोर तैसे दावी वोडंबर माया देवी. Now, again, that example, the clouds come into the sky, and like that, we are trying to explain in our words. Uchale the thor they say dai vodambara maya. In the Maya Jal only, in this mirage state, we are trying to create some kind of literature, trying to tell in some kinds of words, but that also comes under the Maya Devi, means he is calling it Devi, means goddess. Maya means whatever we see, it is also a kind of a goddess only, but it is beyond that. Parabrahma Tattva is beyond that. I see Maya Ashashvat. It is whatever you see, it going to get perish. Ashashvat means perish, not eternal. Brahma Janave Shashvat, but Brahma is eternal, Shashvat, forever living and immortal. Sarva thai sododita bharle ase. Now that immortality is filled everywhere inside each and every moment in every entity. But that immortality is does belong to Brahma Tattva only. This body is going to get perish, for example. Now, another story is also here that when our body gets burned, for example, in Sanatan Dharma, they burn the body. So, our Prithvi Tattva means the earth Tattva means earth particles, the elemental particles go into each element Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, and Akash. And Paramatma, once become realized soul, it gets merged with the Paramatma Tattva. And it happens every moment. Sarva thai sadudita bharle ase. I see Maya Ashashvat Brahma Jana Shashvata. Sarva thai sadudita bharle ase. So that Maya is Ashashvat. It is going to perish, going to get changed, going to take some other stance. It can take, it can favor us or unfavor us. Anytime it can happen. I hope everybody has this experience. Sarva thai sadudita. It happens with everyone. And Brahma Janavi Shashat. So Brahma is eternal, infinitely living thing. And it is filled up everywhere. पोथी वाचू जाता पाहे मातृकांमध्येच आहे नेत्री निघून राहे मृदपण. So once we read the literature, we feel that, oh, even if with eyes we can see, but it is also a jada state, means it is a perishing state. But still, he is trying to tell us with his all efforts that we can see with eyes, feel with the eyes, listen with the ears, mind also you can conceive. Like that, he is trying to make us understand, so that at every place and each 37 trillion cells in our mind, brain, and soul, Parabrahma Tattva is there, and try to understand it. He's trying to use such kind of understandable words. Shravane Shabda Aikata, when you listen to the words, Mane Vichar Pata, then we are thinking with the mind. Mana Sabhaya Tattvata Parabrahmate. That mind is thinking because of the energy provided by that Tattva, and that Tattva is Brahma Tattva. If you remove the energy from this body, gone. Okay? So try understand that Brahma Tattva. On which base we can see, we can listen, we can understand, we can drink a glass of water, we can speak, we can think. Mind also can either become ruffled or unruffled or stay with it. It is with his wish only. So try to understand that Parabrahma Tattva. Charane Chalata Margi, your charan means legs are walking. Jes adale sarvangi kare gheta vastulagi adave Brahma. So wherever he is going, it is finding the Brahma Tattva only. Every vastu means every entity, every material is God. It is everywhere. Sarvangi means in each body, in each entity, Paramatma Tattva is there. Aso indriya samrudav, तयामध्ये वर्ते सर्व जाणो जाता मोडे हवं इंद्रियांची. Now what happens? There are 2-3 things coming over here. Suppose we try to listen such things from the enlightened soul. For example, we used to listen to so many very good sadhu, sannyasis, Swamiji. We used to listen your cassettes. At that time, cassettes were there. Even today, we can listen on the so many internet materials are there. Swami Vivekananda's speech and so many things. So, Swami Yogananda's speech, my Swamiji's speech. There are so many Swamis are there. You feel that, yeah, I should get that experience again. So you try hard to get that experience again, because once in a lifetime you get that experience. And if you get that, you try to get it again and again. So you become, greedy. Now I want that experience at all the time. So you try hard then. But I try to find that thing, Paramatma Tattva again. Tries to listen those things which will make you, Paramatma Tattva. I hope you understand. Like that. असो सर इंद्रिय समुदाय त्यामध्ये वर्ते सर्वे जाणो जाता मोडे हा इंद्रियांची. So but then you understand that by going out, by trying to listen, you cannot understand that Brahma Tattva unless you become inside one with the Brahma Tattva. Unless you become yogi and bhakta. So it is an internal matter, not the external matter. That is what he is trying to tell. ते जवळीच असे पाहाव जाताना दिसे न दिसोने वसे काही. It is inside us, it is there. You cannot see, you cannot consider, you cannot understand it. So try to understand. Kahi ek, unless you become one with the God, you cannot understand the God. Unless you become one with the God, you cannot listen, understand all these things. You cannot become a realized soul. So you have to become a realized soul. You become one with the God, then you don't have to run behind all these things. You don't have to be greedy as well. जे अनुभवाची जाणीव आहे, सृष्टीचे नि अभाव आहे, आपुलेने स्वानुभव आहे, पाविजे ब्रह्म. Same thing. So it is your self-experience. It is beyond your srushti, whatever is creation is there. Jaga means to born and gam means to die. Srushti means sang sarati, sarati means everything is coming, being born, living and dying. Srushti. Beyond srushti, the Paramatma Tattva is there. Apulena swanbhaya pavize brahma. So your own self-realization, your self-experience, you will become a Brahma Tattva, Pavija Brahma. And then once you become that, Swasamvedya, then only you will be able to explain what is Brahma Tattva. But at that time, once you become one with the Brahma Tattva, you are trying to explain, the duality is there. Sakshi Bhava is there, the duality is there, but it is beyond that. And then you'll understand what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to explain, but I cannot explain. You will understand my limitations. That is why Sant Ramdas is saying. That is what in fact. ज्ञानदृष्टीचे देखणे, चर्मदृष्टी पाहून येणे, अंतर्वृत्तीची एक होणे, अंतर्वृत्ती साक्ष. With that knowledge, knowledgeable दृष्टी means with that inside you, the knowledge is there. With Atmadhyan is there, Brahmadhyan is there. Then through eyes you want to see Brahma Tattva, you'll see the Brahma Tattva. But if that knowledge is not inside, that attitude is not inside, that understanding is not inside, then you will see the kind of specs you put, you will see the world. With this charma drushti means with this, the eyes of this body, you cannot see that. Antarvrutti, you will have to have that vrutti, that kind of thoughts, that kind of oneness with the God. Then only you will be able to see this, but that too at a sakshi bhav, that too as a detached soul you will be able to see. As a detached, you are watching all those things. But still, if this is there, then the limitation has come. It is beyond that. Try to understand and then again try to become one with the God. Then you will understand in depth, there is no end. जाणे ब्रह्म जाणे माया जाणे अनुभवाच्या ठाया ते एक जाणावी तुर्या सर्व साक्षिणी. So you understand what is Brahma, what is Maya, what is Mirage, what is experience. At that time you are at the state of Turiya Avastha, Sarva Sakshini. You see, on one side you see the Maya and all this world happening, and on other side Paramatma Tattva is there. But once you go beyond that, then you understand the Parabrahma Tattva is everywhere. You become one with the God. Whatever you do becomes work is worship. Your each and every cell serves the God, becomes the God, and serve for itself forever. That God forever. You cannot harm anyone, you cannot destroy anyone, you cannot create anyone, but you will remain one with the God. If you become that God, then you will see that creation, organization, destruction happening every time, every moment. I'm not doing anything, but it is happening. But once you become one with that, It is like this. It is beyond words. Try to understand. I am not doing it, still it is happening. Then when I am God, then it is happening. Then who is creating it? Then again you are putting limitations to yourself. Go inside again. Deep, 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 deep inside. Turiya avastha sarva sakshini. So you are trying to see all these things happening in front of you. You means your soul. Then that soul becomes one with the infinite soul. You become yogi, you become bhakta. Then साक्षात्व वृत्तीचे कारण उन्मनी ते निवृत्ती जाणा जेथे विरे जाणपण विज्ञान ते सो साक्षी भाव we detach as a detached soul we are trying to see unmani utmani means you become one with the God. Then you become nivrutti, you have a new unruffled mind state is there जेथे वीरे जाणपण विज्ञान ते. So even at that state of mind what you are trying to know also get absorbed. And then as in Bhrugu Samhita, pranamay kosh, manomay kosh, vijnanmay kosh and anandamay kosh and all those things, beyond those kosh, beyond all this, you are trying to go in depth, you go in depth and try hard, and then you become a realized soul. At that time you say it is beyond all these things, beyond Ananda, Satchidananda Rup, Paramatma, beyond that the Paramatma is there, Parabrahma Tattva is there. So you understand how beautiful it is told. So then Unmani Avastha is there, then Samadhi Avastha, then Nirvikalpa Samadhi Avastha is there, and beyond that, Nirvikalpa, beyond your conception, beyond your thoughts, beyond your ideas, beyond your thinking, beyond your body, mind and soul, it is beyond that. So you understand that yes, it is there, but it cannot be explained. And then you say Neti like Upanishads are saying, Gita is saying, Upanishads are saying, and in Gita even he has shown his infinite Rupa, means Virat Rupa, so he has shown to Arjuna. And Arjuna became one with him only with Vishesh Drushti, only he could see that. Vishesh Drushti means special vision he was given, and then only he could see the Virat Rupa. Sitting here, how can you see the infinite galaxies, infinite, in fact, universes? How can you see and experience so many species are there? Beyond 8.4 million on Mother Earth, there are so many other species in so many bodies and so many places. Why? I mean, on Sun also some species are living on in water also, in Prithvi means Earth is also in the vacuum also some species can live. If we cannot conceive, if we cannot define the living beings, that is the limitation of science. But you cannot put God into all these limitations. That is what he is saying. Jethe adhyana sare. Now where the ignorance goes away, jnana tehi nure. Even your knowledge becomes defunct. It is beyond your knowledge and beyond your ignorance. Vijnana vrutti mure. Even your knowledge and trying to understand and research methodology and all those things fail. Your criticism fail. Your favoritism fail. Everything fails. It is beyond that. That is Parabrahma Tattva. And once you become a realized soul, you will understand that, my God, this is the Paramatma Tattva is beyond words. I say Brahma Shashvata. Like this, the Brahma Tattva is eternal. Jethe kalpanesi anta, where ideas and thoughts cannot go, cannot reach. Yogi jana ekanta anubhave janav. Like this, you understand, like 14 names have been given to Paramatma. We saw in the last adhyay, means samas. Like this, once you become a yogi, you will experience that Paramatma when you are alone with this body or when you are living with a lot of people. It doesn't mind. The ekanta, ek anta means only one is there. Everything else has been vanished from your mind, body and soul. Everywhere Paramatma Tattva is there. You are following all the ethics and values that benefits everyone. You are harmless creature. Anubhava jana. That becomes your experience. Okay, so I say Brahma Shashvata. Jethe kalpanesi anta yogi jana ekanta anubhave jana. So, like this, eternal Brahma Tattva, try to understand, try to become one with that, become a yogi, become a bhakta, become a devotee, and ekanta. Then only one ekanta means only one unison state with the God will remain, and you try to experience it. Try to live a life like this. This is what Samartha Ramdas is saying. इतिश्री दासबोधे गुरुशिष्य संवादे विमळ ब्रह्म निरूपण नाम समास चौथा. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच. धन्यवाद.